Turkey and Singapore. Although these two countries are on nearly opposite sides of the globe, they are more similar than you may think. First impressions, Singapore is a shining city-state, major trade center, one of the, quote, Asian dragons, and etc. But what if I told you that about 50 years ago, it was a dirty, corrupt, and inexperienced mess? Yet, they overcame it with the leadership of founding father Lee Kuan Yew. Turkey is currently undergoing similar problems, namely, the deep corruption within its government, along with its high crime rates, inconsistent quality of roads, and skirmishes along its Middle Eastern border. Turkey clearly has a long way to go until it reaches Singapore's current state. However, we believe that Turkey will make its way out of its current state of disorder to emerge as a new global power.
Turkey's current government is one of corruption and economic instability, far from the determined sultanates of years ago. Today, Turkey has a parliamentary democracy. Although the people are not extremely influential to the benefits of Turkey as a whole, they are more interested in personal gain. The major decision-making body in the government, the Grand National Assembly, is responsible for enacting, amending and repealing laws. It can also pass legislation and veto the president. A development that would improve this is having open elections to the people and ensuring that the people are educated in order to make more beneficial decisions for the country. Like Singapore, Turkey is composed of many ethnic minority groups, of which are responsible for making a majority of the political decisions for the country. We need to have some reserved constituencies for the minority groups for a better representation of all the views in the country.
The Islamic State of Syria has recently been attacking Turkey with suicide bombings and various terrorist attacks, which has resulted in approximately 300 deaths of Turkish policemen and troops, creating a need for a stronger Turkish military as well as a solution to the pressing Syrian refugee crisis. In response to the refugee crisis and the lack of a proper Turkish military, the NATO alliance that Turkey has could be a possible solution in finding a way to increase the numbers dramatically in the amount of people in Turkey's military by making it mandatory for all males to serve in the army for 2 years, much like Singapore. Furthermore, Turkey should undergo a set of strict laws as a response to the present crime rate, which has significantly increased the murder and violent crimes rate over the past decade in order to limit freedoms and censor public activity.
The city of Istanbul is situated in a very strategic location. The Dardanelles and Bosphorus Straits form a natural sailing route on each side of the city. This is Turkey's main maritime trade course and forms a significant part of the country's economy thanks to the traffic going through it.
Currently, there are many natural resources that can be found in Turkey. Since Turkey is close to the Black Sea, they have access to overwater trade. It is also important to note that Turkey promotes free trade, which attributes to their current success. Some resources are coal, iron, copper, chromium, and mercury. Even though Turkey is pretty stable trade-wise, one way in which Turkey can receive more income could be to adopt some of the policies that Singapore did in their developmental stage. For example, Turkey can adopt the policy of Central Province Fund, which required Singaporeans to save money, which could then be used for healthcare and retirement purposes. Overall, this would allow Turkey to fund some other aspects of developing their country since it would now be covered.
Turkey's economy today is not matching expectations. A couple years ago, people saw Turkey as a stable country with a strong emerging economy. Now, however, we see that Turkey is not the strong economy it should be. Because of frail business confidence, a corrupt government, and more, the economy is not given a chance to grow. Turkey's current government is quite corrupt and needs to be reformed for a more stable economy. Turkey needs a more reformist attitude in order to avoid the middle income trap. The middle income trap can be summarized as a theorized economic development situation, where a country which attains a certain income due to given advantages will get stuck at that level. In order to reform, there are several actions that need to be taken. First of all, the central bank must be ensured. Secondly, labor productivity needs to be increased. This should not be a problem, as the current Turkish education seems to be doing a great job at teaching life skills like dedication and hard work. When the students that are currently in the education system enter the workforce, productivity will automatically increase. On the topic of labor, Turkey should follow the path of Singapore and do the best to increase the number of labor workers. This can be done by utilizing the large number of Syrian refugees coming in. In addition, agriculture should stay within the fertile lands of Europe, leaving industrial factories in Asia. Lastly, Turkey needs to decrease foreign aid and dependency. To do so, exports need to be increased and imports need to be decreased. Although these points may take time, they will slowly but surely improve Turkey's economy.
Up until 1999, Turkey has built 118 airports, 22 of them being open to international traffic. Over 70% of Turkey's boundaries consist of 4 seas: the Black Sea, the Marmara, the Aegean, and the Mediterranean. Just like Singapore, it has the potential to improve its trade system by welcoming foreign trade and not isolationism. Singapore has 17 reservoirs, which has attracted lots of tourists over the years. Turkey can model after this example and build more reservoirs, which can help their infrastructure and also their tourism.
Like current Singapore, tourism in Turkey today is a booming industry already. Turkey is the 6th most popular tourist destination in the world, with its favorable location, existing potential, mega projects, and ambitious targets set for the future. Turkey's favorable location includes a landmass of about 814 square kilometers, 7,200 kilometers of coastline, and 436 blue flag beaches with certification from the FEE. Turkey is the gateway to the east and the west, being centrally located between Asia and Europe. It currently attracts more than 30 million people annually, and the industry is still continuing to grow. The tourism industry is helping Turkey's account deficit lower and its GDP to rise. Antalya is the most preferred city in Turkey and it has over 500 4-star and 5-star hotels. In total in Turkey, there are more than 165 hotel chains, in which 15% of them are owned by international investors. Even with its success, Turkey is becoming an emerging destination for golf tourism, with 15 golf resorts where they use Bermuda grass, which can be used for more than a decade. There are plenty of points of interest, like the Black Sea, the Mediterranean, mountain ranges such as the Taurus Mountains, numerous extinct volcanoes, lakes including the Salt Lake, 1,500 thermal springs, archaeological sites dating back to 12,000 years ago, open-air museums, and multiple historic cities. Turkey, in order to preserve its great tourism industry, currently offers incentives and pursues policies that reduce utility prices and tax rates while eliminating any barriers that hinder growth in the tourism industry.
The goal of Singapore's education system is to teach children basic math skills, give them a good grasp of English language, and to improve their knowledge of their mother tongue. Just like Singapore's education system, Turkey's education system is well developed. Turkey has a state-supervised education system designed to accommodate ethnic diversity. Its rule implies that education should be compulsory up to 12 years of age. Turkey has a staggering 97% literacy rate. Primary and secondary education is financed by the state and is free of charge in public schools. Entrance to university is regulated by a national examination, which reduces instances of corruption in education system. Schools have become less segregated and inequality of access and educational performance has been reduced remarkably. Enrollment rate has steadily increased over the years. Even more impressively, the improvement in PISA results have come mostly from students from disadvantaged backgrounds. Increased effectiveness in the delivery of education and general increase in standard of living has played a significant role.
While Turkey is in a current state of turmoil, it would be most beneficial for the country to recognize its strengths, weaknesses, and recent losses in order to improve upon its ability to maintain a prosperous and stable nation. This includes modeling key concepts after Singapore's rise, such as creating a stronger military, utilizing natural resources, and making reforms. Turkey needs to continue maintaining the influencing tourism in order to benefit infrastructure and the already strong education system. While these concepts may seem difficult to accomplish, they are relatively dependent upon one another in order for Turkey to thrive as one global power.